What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I'm your host, Justin Turnout, with my co-host, Ryan Limper, and we are getting into the nitty-gritty of the universe.
It's true.
The universe ticket.
Justin claimed that he saw that there's only 10 episodes of the show.
Yeah.
Which, based off what we just saw, kind of seems like it. Because this was episode 8. And we got some more performances because they've been powered through all these
We really get down to
performances. It is kind of crazy how in other shows they'd show like the whole picking of everything and how we got to the stages and all that stuff. And for this one, they kind of just like, we have new stages, and they show the rest of it later.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice because for once, we got all the performances in one episode, and then it was done. So we didn't have to wait like multiple episodes.
We did have like a front to back, start to end, complete episode.
So that was nice.
Which was very nice. Obviously, you had your teaser for the next one, but today, it was a complete episode.
And actually, it was a pretty good episode. The performances were actually really good. So
it was fine. Yeah, fine episode.
So for this one, they split into 3 units. The vocal unit, visual unit, and performance unit. And the way they picked the teams, they like all were sitting in this auditorium. And they were like in rows. And I guess it went by row. And you had to run up and put your photo card on like which area you wanted, and obviously the more people that went, the less spots there were.
Sure.
So some people just got stuck with whatever they got stuck with.
Yeah.
Although it was kind of cool they did it that way, instead of being like, usually they're just like, all right, the ones who finished in the top, you go first, you know?
Yeah.
Or it's like, if you finish at the bottom, you go first, and the farther you go, if a higher person wants to knock you off, they can.
Right.
And this is just literally like first come, first serve. Like, it doesn't matter how good you were.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Yeah, we got some vocal... Well, I guess all of them are unit stages. This is called Unit Station. That was the name of the episode. Unit Station. So the first group that went up was the visual group. And that was Nana, Kodako, Sien, Sumin, Yona, Gabby, Yuna, and Yoonhyung. And they performed Catalina by Orange Caramel. They love this song over there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know if they've ever talked about any other Orange Caramel song ever since I've been into K-pop.
It's always that one.
Or really any after-school songs, to be honest with you. It's just always Catalina by Orange Caramel. And it was funny because we were talking, I'm like, I don't know how many of these girls were even, like, aware of their surroundings when this came out because it was so long ago.
It was a while ago.
And some of them only knew the part where they, like, scream at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
So that's, like, what
that's what everyone wants to see because it's funny.
It is. Very funny. But this also was, like, a remix version, so that wasn't at the beginning. It was more towards, like...
The middle,
the middle-ish, end-ish part area, of it. Something like that. But it definitely showed them all practicing. That was like the main part everyone was fighting for was the ya or ha, whatever they say. And I guess at the end of it, it ended up going to Kodako because she's the one that did the last ha part. But for all of these kind of really, it broke it down to like maybe 2 people fighting for everything. Like that's all they focused on was like 2 people.
Pretty much.
Clearly the 2 people they want to be in the group.
Not surprising, really.
Which we've talked about every week. Like they really plant it in your brain. And that's what they want
Oh,
you to
they
see.
do.
Although I will say, I feel like they did push a couple more people this week, more than they push other ones. Some of them kind of took a back seat. Like, we didn't see as much Gabby stuff today. We didn't see as much Bae Harum stuff today. I don't know, but there's a bunch of them that they didn't really show as much as they normally do. Even in, like, during cutscenes and stuff, they didn't really show them, so I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, this one was like a battle between Kodako and Nana. That was like the whole thing. Like, that was the concept of the performance. Like, who's gonna win or whatever. And at the end of this, they picked who like was like the winner of like the group performance. Even though they did say before it, this time only the unicorns could pick one person. So whoever they picked was gonna move up to the next level of the little pyramid steps, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's a pyramid on the drawing, but it's like steps when you lay it out on the floor.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if it was like literally like a pyramid. When they got promoted, they walked up the pyramid. And at the end, there's like the chairs they could sit on.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. I don't know how hard it would be to accomplish that, but that would be sick.
Next time, next universe.
And surprisingly, the visual group one came down to Kodako. No surprise because they've been on the entire show. And Sumin, who actually did a really good job. They pointed her out a lot this episode.
Yeah.
And she did good. I honestly feel like they did that purposely because if they picked Nana, even though, in my opinion, she deserved to be the winner this week.
Yeah.
Because she did great like she does every week. And for some reason, they just did not acknowledge it or want her to move up. Because if they would have made her move up, she would have already been in the group. And that would have been one
she
member.
couldn't have won because she's like would have already been there, and they just can't have that yet.
So we got a little bit of home cooking.
Yeah.
From the refs out here.
Yeah, it seemed pretty obvious. But yeah, she's been pretty much the best overall person on the show the whole time. Like, probably, so. And she was really good on this performance again.
Yeah, she was really good.
I guess, like I will say, it didn't really make sense that she wasn't at least even in the final two that they were picking from.
Yeah, they should have done that. I don't know.
Especially because they were kind of hyping up both of them as both doing really well. And then, Suman, who I think is doing a really good job and is kind of like slowly risen, which is cool to see. They kind of gave her the nod, her and Kotoko. But, yeah, I mean, Nana's day will come. It's just, she, like you said, she can't be in the group already. Like, we need to have a little more drama.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was kind of
She's
dumb.
going to be in the
Although,
thing.
it's like they showed her so much on the show. Like, it's not like they just forgot about her. They just didn't pick her.
She's just... And then, like, I'm pretty sure, like, half or more than half of the judges were just, like, praising her performance, too.
And then they just didn't pick her to put her in
And
the
then she
thing.
wasn't even in the final. But which, again, we certainly know that she's still really great from that. She definitely didn't take a hit at all.
Oh, no. She's still...
And you still one vote away or whatever the heck it is, so...
I was saying, I guess...
You don't, like, go down.
I was going to be like, I guess she's technically, like, tied with somebody else now, but she's, like, the highest rank.
You're still, like, one away from the P level.
Yeah. That's my other question. I was like, are they just going to be named Prism after this? Like, if not...
That's a good name.
That's a cool name. But
I like it.
Why would you throw that into this if it has nothing to do with the final
I can't wait for the final group just have the most wild, crazy name that doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know.
Like, investing in these jet skis was a bad idea.
Yeah, honestly.
That'd actually be a pretty sick name. I would have been mad about that.
A crazy... just some crazy name has nothing to do with the show. Prism would be good, though.
But that was the visual group. Then we got the vocal group, which was Jelly, Yuna.
Did we say Kotoko won? I don't know if we said.
Kotoko
moved on.
Kotoko won.
She beat Sumin.
Did I say it?
I don't think we did.
I don't remember.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll reinforce it. That Kotoko won.
Yeah.
And it was the least surprising thing ever.
And she got moved up to I.
Nothing is more, before we move on, I was just like, nothing is more important than your dancing skill, looks, anything of any performance, than if you get the one little obscure part where you get to make a random noise and it's like only you doing it and everyone notices it.
And everybody thinks you're
in any
adorable
type of song, and if you just kill that one little movement, dance, like everyone's like, you stood out so much. Oh my, it's in other stuff too. Like if you can just do that one little part in the song when it's just you doing your thing, everyone's just like, you showed so much skill today, and it's like nothing. So.
And the other one they were like praising her about was there was a little part where she like had to jump in the air.
Yes.
The one guy's like, you jumped so high. I'm like,
they're like, you're just expressions and blah blah blah. It's been in like other stuff too. I can't think of, but it's like if you can do that one singular part that doesn't like, it's not even like you're hitting like a high note or like doing a crazy. It's just that little adorableness or something. Everyone will love you the most, and like that's all you need. Like
it's true.
That
literally got her into
it's like doing like
win.
It's like a family like Christmas Thanksgiving dinner. And everyone is doing a million different things, but you just do like that one thing everyone sees you do. So like you were helping out the whole time. Heck,
you like take everyone's plates and throw them away when they're done.
Like you go pick up like grandma from the airport and bring her. Like that's only one thing while everyone else is like slaving away. But they're like, you picked up grandma.
You
like
made the holidays happen.
You did that one thing. Like that's
you went and
that's
got
what
the bag
Kotoko.
of ice.
I mean, not like Kotoko did good. She did fine, but it was just funny because it's like that's what happened with this, and everyone's just like Kotoko, amazing. Like okay, but she moved on. To the I, so
P-R-I.
The I.
So she moved up from S to I.
I know.
This is like challenging my ability to spell right now.
Oh, I know. It's really difficult.
All right, so now we have the vocal group, which was Jelly, Yuna, Huron, Belle, Alicia, Sunwoo, Sujin, and so on. And their song that they got to do was a remix of "Beautiful" by 101. Yeah. Great song.
Really cool song. A song we hear
Legendary.
on your playlist a lot.
And this, the couple they picked to fight each other in this one were Solon and Alicia, and it's not because of the reason you think. It's because they're both sick.
Yeah, they're both...
Like, Solon was going through it.
Oh my gosh.
She like missed some practice because she was sick. Then she came back and was doing really bad and was crying. Then they went to like track vocals and she like had an eye patch and was like under the weather.
She like got more. She like added like she was like more sick on top of the sick. It was she was going through it for sure. She really was.
She got hit like with every plague all at once.
I know. She was like, coughing, had an eye patch. It wasn't an actual neck brace, but she was like wearing an accessory that was around her neck that kind of looked like a neck brace. So it kind of seemed like she was almost in like an accident. But
and then the third party came in here. Bang Yuna came in and just destroyed these vocals, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, she's taking everybody's parts. She's so good."
Yeah.
But ironically, when it came down to singing the actual song, she also was
sick too.
Kind of sick,
like
with
on
her
the
dry
performance
voice.
day. Yeah.
Dry voice. Sorry, I said voice. I don't know. But the vocal group went, and actually this performance was really good. They all sounded great. It was like
didn't sound
even though they were all
bad
like
at all.
dry heaving and coughing the entire
like before
like
and
warm
after.
up. Like it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it sounded good.
Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, oh my goodness," because they're like coughing so bad. But they all sounded really good. Our girl Jelly did not get anything pointed out about her except for Sejong saying she had really nice legs. Don't know what that's to do with the performance, but
Yeah, and like
that's like the only notice that she got this show.
Yeah, she didn't really get she was on screen a good amount. She got good screen time, but there was nothing really said about her. Nothing bad, but nothing good either. She had her parts in the performance, and no one said she did bad, so that's
Which is good.
Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't like the greatest, but it definitely wasn't bad, so that's good.
But that performance was really good, and the winner of that was Sowon because she had that Jordan flu game.
I've never
somehow came from the ashes and rose out of them as like a phoenix.
Has to be from the shows we've watched. Like, there's always those moments where you're like, yeah, that person made it. This has to be up there for one of the top like episodes where someone made the final group, and it's like this because she's like sick, crying, overcame that, learned the dance, was still able to sing, was still sick, sang other people's sick parts, and like had an eye patch. I mean, she like did it all to come back and still put on a really good performance. So it's pretty obvious she was going to be the one moving up to R. Ooh.
So she's up there with Nana now.
Ooh, one away.
Our 2R.
Someone's fine. She's just a little kid. I mean, she has a really good. She does have a very good voice. She has a very good voice. So I mean, she's probably in the final group, I'd say.
Yeah, barring some like unforeseen circumstances.
I don't know how
she wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Especially when you're like that close, you could almost like accidentally stumble into like a win over there.
That's why I'm like, at this point, how is she not just going to move up from R? Like, I don't know.
Like, if the same people voted for you before vote for you again, you're going to make it.
Like, you got one more step.
Then our last one was the performance group. And that was Narumi, Jayla, Nizi, Harum, Yarum, Jinyoung, Yuri, and Yoryeon. And their song was Loco by ITZY.
Mm-hmm.
And this was extremely cool.
Yeah, this one was really good.
Stage. Very good. Lots of really good dancing. Like, this was like an
it was a really
dance stage.
Certainly the performance for real.
And the two contestants we had battling out in this one was Narumi and Nizi.
Yeah, like, and like nobody else.
And all they did was talk about them like wanting the main dance part, and it's like, oh, she's so young, is she good enough to get it? And then Narumi's like, yeah, I'm the best. It's funny because there's a thing at the beginning, and they're like, for super random, they're like, Nizi, who do you think's gonna win? And she's like, Narumi.
Oh, this was so awkward.
And it was like, and she's like, oh, thank you, I'm so shocked. And they asked her why, and she's literally just like, she like took everybody's parts.
She took all the parts we wanted, and like everyone like awkwardly lauged.
So that's kind of weird.
I was like, was that a joke?
Yeah, what was that like?
And they're like, they took all the parts from you. Like, that's what the unicorn was like. Okay, let's move on.
Throwing that shade.
Let's move on.
And then it was funny because they showed like little flashbacks, obviously, and they're like doing their dances and stuff, picking their parts. And the little like dance lady that was with them was like, you know what? I think this part would stick out more if you had someone taller. I'm like, what a nice way of saying the other girl didn't get it.
Yeah, like giving it to Narumi.
Like, not like, oh, you're better. It's like, oh, we just need someone tall. She's taller than you.
She certainly is taller.
So, that was kind of a very strange situation all around, honestly.
Yeah, it was looking back on it.
But then they did their performance. Everybody did really good.
It was awesome. It was really awesome.
Everyone's like jaws dropped. Sejong looked like she'd never seen a dance performance in her life.
I know, right?
The other lady, was like speechless. She was like over there like gasping, like she was freaking out. And the dance teacher was like just having a great time over there. So they all did it. It was great. Everyone loved it. Everyone in the back's reactions with them like freaking out because it was cool. And then it came down to obviously Nizi and Narumi for who was going to be moving up.
Right.
And they picked Narumi, which she should have.
Yeah, she was like the best one.
And she moved up from S to I. And those were our three
I was going to say this whole
promotions we got.
This whole show, the whole point of this hour and a half, whatever, was to just move 3 people up one spot. That's all this was for. Because nobody moved down.
Yeah, no one got eliminated.
No one got eliminated. No one else moved up. It was just to move 3 people up.
Also, the weird thing was...
I thought that was kind of strange.
Yeah, I know.
We did all that just for 3 people. And 2 people are an I, so they're not even like, right, like only one person is one away.
Yeah.
It's not like, ooh, you guys are moving up 2 spots or something like gimmick.
The other weird thing was we pointed this out when we were watching it, that they did this before the other girls got eliminated last week.
Yeah.
Because multiple girls that were in these, I was like, weren't you eliminated already?
Yeah,
why are you still here? So they actually, I guess it kind of happens in other ones. They do that too.
Sure.
Because they have to like rearrange them and stuff.
Right.
But what I thought was weird about it is you let the other girls pick groups they're going to be in and they're gone. So, like, why did you even let them do it? Because then that could have been like someone else's spot that they could have been in and done better.
I guess they just had to like film it before. It was kind of weird though. There was like no mention of it.
Yeah, they didn't say anything about it.
Usually they kind of say something or like, oh, well, they had to change their formation up or
maybe they're just hoping like nobody noticed.
Like you saw it and then you like went back to our notes last week and you're like, yeah, that girl's definitely not there anymore. I was like, well, they definitely just shot it in an order that then didn't happen yet. So
also
it's funny though because they had like reactions and stuff too.
Also kind of strange that they apparently just had enough people eliminated from all the teams that they didn't have to like replace anybody with anybody else.
Isn't that weird?
How does that happen?
Isn't that very weird? I kind of thought the same thing. I was like,
how do you have exactly the right amount of people to not have to switch people around? Or if they did, I didn't notice. I don't think they did, though.
I was going to say, I don't think so. No one mentioned anything about it.
But it's hard to tell when you're only talking about 2 out of like 8 people. So,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, because there's really like one person.
The other 6 people could have been anybody.
I was going to say, yeah, that's true. Like there was like one person you kind of knew or we kind of. I was like, wait, yeah, I think she was eliminated. Like other than that, I don't know if I really would have noticed. But yeah, that is fascinating how that all works.
Strange. Isn't
so then, yeah, those girls were learning that dance, and then they got the boot, and they're out of there.
Now,
thank goodness none of them got a part.
I know, right? Now, after that, next week we saw basically some little clips. They're going to do more stages, obviously. Some other crazy elimination stuff that we'll see what happens next week. And then they're going to go into another elimination. So they're eliminating some people pretty quick here to get to the final episode.
Yeah, right.
Because they're already down to like a handful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's really not that many people left.
But based off what I've seen, right, I marked on here who I think is like the top 8 people.
Yeah.
Don't know how true it is. But I'd say Nana is one of the top ones, obviously.
I think she's like a lock to make it.
Sowon, obviously.
I think she's a lock to make it.
Alicia, they didn't really talk about her too much this week, but she also is like super high in voting every time.
She probably will make it.
Jelly, another person who really didn't get a lot of shine this week. But she was like, her and Alicia were like 1 and 2 in votes, so I mean, I don't know how
they did give Jelly her nice little moment of she kind of strayed away from the path and chose the vocal thing, right?
Oh yeah, that's
true. And then she just said she wanted to do it to like improve herself and work. So she got that nice little like hardworking kind of like moment there. So that was a bonus.
Then I'd say Narumi. I think she's gonna make it.
I think Narumi after
I think she's a lock.
Make it.
I think Bayharm. I think she's gonna make it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone like loves her, even though she really didn't get a lot of shine this week either. And then I think Kodako is gonna make it just because everybody loves her.
Yeah.
And I don't know, did I say everybody? Did I say Sowon? I feel like she's going to make it because everybody loves her.
Yes.
So I'd say Nana, Kodako, Narumi, Harem, Jelly. Oh, Bang Yuna. I think she'll make it.
Yeah.
She's really good. Everybody loves her too. She's super good.
She's rising up the ranks.
And then Alicia and Sowon.
Yeah.
I think that's who we're going to have in our top 8. Unless for some reason somebody else like shoots up there. But some of them are...
It sounds about right.
Some of them, like we discussed last week, if you look at like the voting points, are like so far ahead of everybody else
Yeah.
that if they got like half of what they got last time, and everyone else got their full amount of votes, they like are still going to be beating them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll see how much fan votes actually come into play here.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how the fans affect the voting for next week.
Also, honestly, those are the people that show the most on the camera.
I was just gonna say that's the most popular people. Like it's who all the judges talk about. Like it's just like it's every week. That's the same people essentially. So it would only make sense for them to make it. And that's like good. Like they're all really good. That's a good group right there. I think from this show and watching this show, that'd be a really solid group to come out of it.
I would not be disappointed about it.
Like I would definitely check out that group and see what they do and how they sound and whatever song they got. But that makes I think Nana and So On definitely are like 100% you're in there.
I think if I had to pick one more lock outside of them, I'd pick Narumi.
I'd say after today, Narumi.
Because they talked about her a lot last week too.
Yeah.
So Nana, Narumi, So On. That's our 3 locks. I mean, there's a possibility.
I think like Kodako's really high up too. Like I think
the judges love her.
This the whole time.
I can't even if she did something bad next week. I can't see the judges eliminating her.
I just don't know how she wouldn't make it. I really don't.
I don't know, but I guess we'll see. Let us know what you guys think.
It was
It's always interesting reading the Reddit comments because people like all over the place.
It's just that's what is interesting for real. Like obviously there's like the love people, but then someone doesn't like that person and thinks they need to be eliminated. Like,
and it's not even for like a reason. Like they're bad or they did bad. It's like I don't like them.
We literally saw people talking today, asking why people like certain people so much, and they're like, "Well, they have great visuals and they sing really well, but I just do not understand why people like them so much." It's
I don't know.
You're literally like listing reasons why you like them. It's just kind of interesting how people's brains work, I guess.
And it's like a little corkscrew they're throwing in next week. We'll see how that actually affects things.
It looks really interesting.
So
but this episode really wasn't too crazy. But I will say the performances were like they powered the episode. It was very good.
They were good performances.
It was good stuff. A good variety of songs too.
But
yeah.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments and who you think the top 8 is going to be and who's going to make it into the next round here.
Also, where's Yejin Chair?
They're kind of
absent. Come back. They haven't been here forever. Come back and.
They must have been too busy doing like.
They're getting ready for their comeback.
Because who knows when this was filmed? Maybe they're doing a comeback.
That's a good question.
Or doing stages, so they couldn't do it.
Something like that, but yeah. We'll catch you guys next week with episode 9. We're almost there, but Universe Ticket, we got you guys covered. We are the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast. We love you guys. Peace.
Later.